Welcome to the Cultivation Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Hamill, and I am pumped about this episode. This is a landmark, mile marker episode because there's a few things that are colliding with this specific show. One, this is show 1 of season 4. That's right, this is the premiere of season 4. We're so glad that you're with us. We're so glad that you've stuck with us. If you've been with us from the beginning, sorry you had to endure some of those first seasons, but I'm so glad that you did. This show also marks our 1-year anniversary of the Cultivation Podcast. What? Can you believe that? For 1 whole year, we've been doing this. We've been at it. And so, again, I'm so glad if you're just now finding us, thank you. Welcome to the Cultivation community. Welcome to this journey of coming alive and becoming the person that we were always meant to be. And if you've been with us from the beginning, thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. And our show audience continues to grow because of those early adapters, those early supporters. And so we are pumped. This season marks an incredible landmark in my own life. If you've watched or listened to season 3, which was all interviews with guests, our finale was I was the guest and I was interviewed, and we talked about how this season would be all about my own book launch. So that's right. It hasn't come to print yet. As of this episode, it's right in the works. Everything is like full steam ahead. But the book is coming out called The Life You're Meant to Lead by yours truly, Tom Hamill. And so this season is all about bonus content, the things you I couldn't fit inside the pages of the book because it would get too long, too lengthy, and become an impossible read. So this season, all 13 episodes, is bonus content. You can't get it anywhere else. You're not going to find it in the audio version. You're not going to find it in the tree version or the e-version, all of which the book will be available on Amazon or through our website, ourcultivatedlives.com. But that is what this season is all about. So here we are, episode 1, season 4, and today we're talking all about not wasting your pain. Don't waste your pain. So let's get into it. Wow. How many of you, which I know this is a rhetorical question, have ever had painful moments? If you are a human being, if you're breathing or driving down the street right now or watching on YouTube, and hopefully you're not doing both those at the same time, but we've all had disappointments, pain, we've hit rock bottom. It's all part of the human experience. It's all part of this journey called life. The key is, how do we make that pain our ally? How do we make that pain our source or our fuel? How do we make that pain part of who we are and our purpose? I got a couple of things. I got some notes on the wall for you. And again, I always write down notes because I want to respect you, the audience, stay on track, and make sure I formulate my thoughts well. So I have a cheat sheet that I refer to all the time because I just know it keeps me in line. I'm a checklist kind of guy. So number 1, we just make sure that we make our pain our ally, that we use our pain. We don't ignore it. We don't pretend like it didn't exist. Listen, we all have what I would call gone through crap, right? We've had that flat tire. We've had that financial mistake or catastrophe. We've had that relationship blow up and break up and all of those kinds of things. We've had family drama issues, or kids didn't go the way that we thought it would, or whatever the case is, that job promotion or maybe job firing. We all have had to go through tough stuff, right? Now, the thing is, when we go through tough stuff, how do we make sure we don't get into this mental funk? How do we make sure that we don't stay stuck into the gravel or rock bottom or the depression of those moments? And we do that by understanding pain is our ally, by recognizing that we are stronger than we give ourselves credit for. That the pain is something we're going through. It's not final. It's not forever. It's not always. It's not indefinite. This painful moment or painful moments of the past is something we have gone through. The fact that you're still living, the fact that you're still here means you are more resilient. You're stronger than you ever give yourself credit for or thought would be possible. And maybe even other people gave you credit for. Think about all the things in your life that tried to knock you off course or to end you or to hijack your story, but you stuck it through. You endured, you overcame, and you are an overcomer. You just need to recognize it. You just need to know it. I know I get really hyped. I got to back down. Producer saying like, woo, back off the mic, buddy. Because my veins are popping out because I'm just like, oh, if we only understood how important our pain can be to moving us towards our purpose, that it lets us know we are stronger. We can endure. We can do hard things. We are more resilient than we thought, than we ever imagined. We're more resilient than we ever gave ourselves credit for. You are still here because you're strong enough, because you're resilient enough. And so you need to understand pain didn't do you in, but pain can be your ally moving you forward. Why is that? Because the pain of our past can be the very key, or the pain of our story can be the very key that unlocks our impact into somebody else's life. Have you ever been around somebody that has it all together? Don't you just hate those people? No, probably not really, but if they look like they've got it all together, if they act like they've got it all together, they've never had anything go wrong in their life, you're like, ugh, I hate that guy. Ugh, I hate that gal, right? That sort of thing, because they're just jerks. No, I want to be around messy people. I want to be around people who knows what it's like to be broken. And I want those people to speak into my life in areas where I'm broken. So the key to our impact on someone else, the key to our influence, the key to really making a difference in this world is our pain. And we use our pain as a catalyst to bring hope, healing, possibility, and even dreams alive in other people. And it all comes not from our success, rather from our pain. In fact, our success is cheap without pain. Our success is minimal or mediocre without the pain of the process, without the pain of the story, right? As I'm spitting all my peas on the mic and it's popping, all that stuff. Again, I get hyped about this because a lot of times when we're dreaming about our identity and we're dreaming about that person we want to become, never in the light of that story do we go, oh, those painful moments are going to be what build my character. Those painful moments are what's going to bring value to this dream or the success of this dream. Nope, but it is the hard stuff that makes success sweet. It's the hard stuff, the difficult things, the painful process that makes standing on the leaderboard or the championship board or at the finish line so rewarding. It's not the ease of it, but rather the pain of it that is the key to making an impact on others. That's why we as a human race, we love the underdog story, because it's the pain that we overcome that makes it meaningful to us and to others. So that's where pain is our ally, and we make a difference with everyone else in the world. Now, as I talk about the pain of our past or the pain of our journey, I want to be really clear about something that can be very dangerous, right? It can be very dangerous when we think about it. There is a difference between sharing the experience of your pain and puking your mess all over somebody, right? You know what I'm talking about? When you get around someone and they're just like vomiting up all their junk. And if you've ever seen that show Friends, where there's one particular episode where Ross is a crybaby, and I know I'm dating myself a little bit about this, but even my teenage daughters like the show Friends, so we've all seen it. But there's one particular episode where he cries about how everything's going wrong, and he's just puking his mess all over everyone, and as a result, even his close friends are avoiding him, and even his whiny girlfriend at the time breaks up with him saying, "You're too clingy, you're too whiny, you're just puking your mess all over me." And that's a huge difference. We aren't trying to puke our mess or puke our pain all over somebody. We're trying to leverage the pain of our past to unlock possibilities in others. And so we hold things close to our chest for a strategic moment, for the right season, for the right conversation, to say, listen, let me tell you about where I overcame. Let me tell you about a difficult time I've had to face and get through and walk through. And the purpose of sharing our pain isn't just to get it off our chest, but rather to awaken others. That's how we can use pain as an ally. Now, I get it. We got to have close people where we can just vent and cry to and let it out to, and I get that. But that's not really this episode. That's a whole different episode. In fact, we're going to do one later in the season called Finding Your Tribe. So if you're listening later, go find that episode, right, as we talk about that. I think it's going to be episode 10 or something like that. But you can find it and verify those facts as we get through it. But as we talk about it today, we're trying to leverage pain as our ally, and we use it to unlock the potential or unlock the possibilities in others by saying, hey, I've overcome, I've done hard things, and you can too. Because it's the thing that we all have in common is that we all have a story of overcoming. We all have obstacles. And for every one of us, they might be different. Your obstacle could be your gender. Your obstacle could be your race. Your obstacle could be your height or your size or a learning ability or disability. There could be any kinds of obstacles that people or even ourselves use as obstacles that we've got to work at and overcome. And we use the pain of overcoming those things. I've got plenty of them in my own life. This podcast is literally birthed out of the pain of my past. Here I was, successful in a career, leading others on a large stage, speaking at conventions and conferences and things of that nature. And I saw myself on the Jumbotron and I thought, who is that guy? And I realized I was failing at leading myself. I was failing at doing what I was challenging everybody else to do. Become the leader and the person I was always meant to be. And so when I set out on a journey for self-discovery and self-leadership, I realized there wasn't a lot of tools. I know there was a lot of self-help things, but not enough things about leading myself. And so as I began to dig through those things and found the isolation and nowhere to turn and not enough resources to turn to, and it was painful and it was lonely and it was frustrating, and I've used that pain to really catapult or as a catalyst to unlock the resources we're doing now, the podcast, the book, all those kinds of things that are coming, and more things are coming. I'm telling you what, I drive my family crazy. I drive myself crazy because I don't have any idle time because I'm building all of these things, right? And so it's so important that we use the pain of our past and we understand there's a difference between using the pain of our experiences versus just puking all that out, all of our problems out on somebody. So use wisdom, use care, use some finesse on when you do that. Final thing as we just wrap it up here in these last few moments. Thanks for sticking with me on this episode 1 of season 4. But the final thing I want to talk about is using your the pain of your past to fuel your future, right? You use that as your fuel. You use that as your why. You use that as your anchor, because a lot of these things takes a lot of energy. And to be honest with you, if these things were easy, everybody would do it. But not everybody's doing it. Not everyone is investing in themselves like you are by taking these kinds of resources and others. I know I'm not the only one speaking into your life. I hope not anyways. I'm sure you're listening and watching other podcasts and you're reading other books, all those kinds of things. I'm so glad you're doing that. But a lot of people aren't doing that. Rather, we use the pain of our past to fuel our future. And rather than being chained or bound to our past and those failures and those painful moments, we are deciding to grind out of the gravel, and we use the pain of not wanting to stay stuck in that as our fuel, as our catalyst to say, there's a future self, there's a future identity, there's a future purpose, and I'm going towards it. And the thing that fuels me isn't the praise of people or the accolades or the likes on Instagram or the thumbs up on Instagram or the number of followers I have on Facebook or wherever it is that you are, but rather the fuel I'm using isn't those external things, but the internal things that says, I once was bound to that past, but now I'm using that as fuel to say, I'm going to overcome. I'm not done yet. I'm not that future self yet, that person I want to become. And so we use the pain of our past as the fuel to our future. I am so glad that you're on this cultivation journey together with me. Hey, I want to hear your story of overcoming. I want to hear your story of conquering. Few places that we want you to engage with us. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube. All of these are at Tom Hamill, or you can find them on our website, ourcultivatedlives.com, where you can comment. We read those comments, we engage, we interact, and we get fueled by your story of overcoming the obstacles and doing hard things. So please share those things. We want to hear them, and they'll inspire others. Coming out really quickly is the book, The Life You're Meant to Lead. We'd love to get that into as many people's hands as possible. Again, you'll be able to find that as all those details are coming. It's in full court press to get to the finish line right now as we're recording this episode, and it'll be out in just a few short weeks from the premiere today. But as it's coming, just know we'd love for you to pick that up. The Life You're Meant to Lead by Tom Hamill. And again, would you share this our audience continues to grow, and those of you that have been around, you help so much as we've watched it multiply, and we've done some incredible things we didn't even think would be possible just in year one. And we did that because you are on this journey with us. You are walking this cultivated life with us as we awaken the person we are meant to be, and we awaken the dreams in others. Thanks for being with me for episode 1 of season 4, our 1-year anniversary. Peace out. Thanks for checking us out today. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on all the incredible content we have coming out. Also, we'd love to hear from you in the comment section. We read those, we respond to those as we journey together in the cultivated life.